Hi everyone! Today I'll be doing a update review on Fisch's latest update. So the update includes the new icon, which is in C1 and C2. The rods buff, numerous amounts have gotten a buff. Some of them may have gotten nerfs. And most importantly, the enchants, which all have been, well, most of them have been reworked. So I am at C2 and I will show you the new enchanting area they added. And you can head over to Lush Grove and it will be at the sealed off cave in the previous releases. Over here. Well, unlike the regular C1's enchantment, entering this area is completely free. And you will have to do a obby all the way to get to the enchanting area or the altar. So now we're here. The enchants that have been changed are quite a lot, and the rods that have been changed are even more. So I will show you a Google document that lists out every single one of the changes made to the rods and enchants. And here they are. So for the stage 1 or stage 0 rods, the fast rod has an increase in leer speed from 45 to 70. The luck increased from -15 to 10. Control remaining the same. The resilience increasing by quite a lot from -12 to -5. The lucky rod has its leer speed increased from -30 to 0. Its luck almost doubling from 60 to 177. Its control being increased from 0.05 to 0.07. Its resilience going up from -12 to -7. The long rod has its luck increased from 30 to 80 and its resilience from 0 to 20, and its special passive or ability has been changed from 300 length to 1000 length. In stage 1 or stage 2, the magma rod has received a extreme leer speed buff from -70 to 25. Its luck remains the same. Its control has been increased from 0 to 0.15, and it has a new passive where it has a 5% chance to catch Ashen Fortune, which is a 5 times. Next we have the fungal rod, which has been buffed from -10 leer speed to 40, and its 0 resilience to 20. It also has a new passive where it has a 30% chance to turn any fish into a negative one, which is a 1.3 times. Next we have the fortune rod that had an increase in leer speed from -35 to 10. Its luck increased to 200. Its control increased to 0.05. Resilience increased from -15 to 10. And its max kg being increased from 700 to 3000. I did miss out a part, which is the stone rod that had its luck increased from 10 to 40, control to 0.2, and its max kg to 5000. Okay, now we have the rapid rod, which has its leer speed almost to 90, being at 87, its luck being at 49 and its resilience being at 9. Next, we have the stage 2 or 3 rods, all of them having a buff/nerf. The reinforced rod has its leer speed from 0 to 40, luck from 25 to 65, control doubling from 0.05 to 0.1, its resilience being from 0 to 15. Next, we have the Arctic rod, which has a new passive being having a 100% to give you a frozen mutation, which is a 1.3 times. Next, we have the Avalanche rod, and it has a new passive being 25% to give sleep, which is a 2.4 times. Next, we have the Phoenix rod, having its luck increase from 35 to 80 and its resilience from -10 to 20. It also has a, well, not really itself, but the mutation being Scorch has been increased from a 1.3 times to 2.5 times. The Scurvy rod from the Forsaken Shores has a new mutation being, not new mutation, I mean new passive being 13% to give you Greedy, which is a 4 times. Next, the Midas rod, its leer speed has been brought down all the way to -20. Its luck has been increased from 10 to 79, resilience from 0 to 0.1, and its resilience from -20 to -15. It also has now a 100% chance to guarantee Midas mutation. The Crystallized rod has its passive boosted by about 2 times, bringing the chance to catch Crystallize to 20 and its sell value to 3 times. The Depth Seeker rod has unfortunately received a nerf from 55,000 max kg to 40,000. Next row, we have the Aurora rod, which has its price dropped down by 20,000. Next, the Mythical rod, which also has its price dropped to 90,000. The next one is the King's rod, from 120,000 to 100,000. Its leer speed being from -45 to now a +25. Its luck has increased from 55 to 85, and its passive has doubled, meaning it can catch fishes up to 30% its original weight. Next, we have the Ice Warper's rod, that has a passive being 25% to give 3 times Blighted. The Trident rod has also received a buff. Its leer speed is now 25, and its control has been increased from 0 to 0.05. The Summit rod has received 1 nerf, being the price increased from 300k to 500k, and its leer speed being increased from 15 to 45. It also has quite interesting passive, being a 10% increased progression speed, a 15% to give Frozen, 10% to give Sleet, and 5% to give Blighted. Next, the Crafting rods. The Precision rod, which is this one, has its level requirement from 40 to 5, and you just need 500 credits to craft it. Its resilience has been increased from 5 to 15, and now it doesn't require any mythical driftwood, it just requires a normal one. Next, we have the Wisdom rod, which is this one. Its level requirement has been, it does say here it has been increased to 100, which I don't think is the case. Its leer speed has been increased from 10 to 55, its luck from 30 to 80, its resilience dropping by quite a lot, I mean controlled, from 0.05 to negative 0.02. Its resilience has been buffed from 0 to 30, and now it's passive. A 5% XP for every perfect catch streak up to 1.8 times. Next, the resourceful rod, which is this one right here, has its lure speed increased from 15 to 30, its luck increased from 20 to 60, its resilience from 0 to 10, and now it has the same passive, which is doubling the effect of all baits, and it also has a 60% not to consume any bait. It does say in the game it has a 75% not to consume any bait, which I'm not sure which is the original number, but take it with a grain of salt. Next, we have the Destiny Rod, which has received quite a lot of buffs. Its lure speed from negative 10 to 45, its control from 0 to 0.2, its resilience from 0 to 10, and its max kg from 10,000 to 77,777. Its passive has been doubled from a 5% to catch a sparkling or shiny to a 10% to catch them. The Rod of the Depths also has a slight buff to its passive, being the bonus fish now has a 1.1 out of 10 chance to be an enchant relic. The Auric Rod has received a nerf to its passive but buff overall. So its resilience has remained the same. Its lure speed has increased from 20 to 45, luck from 25 to 45, and its max kg from 2500 to 250. Its passive has been dropped to 2 times to 4 times. Next is the Seasoned Rod, which is this rod. Has an increase in its lure speed from 20 to 25, its luck from 35 to 70, its resilience doubling from 10 to 20, and its passive being season bonus plus 40% and 50% to be the seasonal mutation. Next is the Riptide Rod, which is this. Has its lure speed increased from 20 to 60, its luck from 25 to 100, and its resilience increased from 5 to 20. Its passive now works where every 5 casts, it will give a 30% luck and 25 lure per 3 perfect catches. Next is the Abyssal Spectre Rod, which is this. Has now a new passive being a 25% to give a Abyssal mutation, also increasing the fish's size or weight by 20%. The Zeus Rod did unfortunately get quite a big nerf. Sorry, Mika. As I was saying, the Zeus Rod has received quite a big nerf. From its price from 1.7 to now 2.7 million. Its luck is now increased by 20 from 70 to 90. Its control being reduced from 0.15 to 0.05. Its passive has been decreased from a 95% to give a 3.5 to now a 90% to give a 3.5 and a 10% for a negative multiplier, which is a 0.5. Next is the Poseidon Rod. The Poseidon Rod now passive has a interesting change, being I think the King's Blessing being a 3.5 times instead of a 1.5 times. Next is the Heaven's Rod. Its price has increased by 1 million from a 1.75 to 2.75. But now the mutation, Heavenly, is a 6 times, and on this rod it has a 35% chance to be caught. Next is the Voyager rod, probably my favorite rod in the whole game. Having its requirement brought down from level 400 to level 100, and its control being increased from 0.0 to 0.08. The passive is now a 35% to give Fossilize, which is a 2.5 times, and its beam still being a 20%. Next is the Lost Rod, which is this. Having its requirement drop from level 450 to 300, its leer speed being increased from 15 to 45, its luck from 25 to 90, and its resilience from 8 to 20. It also has a new passive along with a new mutation, in being instead of 150% luck for 3 perfect catches per 6 perfects, it now gives a 36% chance on all perfects for a 5.5 lost mutation. Next is the No Life Rod, that surprisingly has a buff to its passive, being piercing now has a 50%. Next is the Rod of the Zenith. Its leer speed did get reduced by 5 to 80. Its control being the, I would say worse, being from a positive 0.15 to a negative 0.1. Its resilience also did drop a little by 10, but now instead of the mini game or the mini what do you call it, I would say passive, it now has a 65% chance to apply Wrath, which is a 6.5 times. Next is the Celestial Rod. That has its leer speed increased to 50 from its original 35. Its control from 0.07 to 0.21, and its resilience from 5 to 25. Its passive has been changed to have a 80% increased luck, 20 leer, 30% XP, 100% to catch a 3 times, which is Celestial, for 15 minutes every 50 fish instead of 85. Next is the Rod of the Ethereal King. That has its max kg from 75,000 to now infinite. Its passive has also been changed slightly. 10% for a 150% luck for 45 seconds every 30 seconds. 15% to dupe higher fish when the reel is snapped. And a 60% to give greedy, which is a 4 times. The Forgotten Fang has a buff to its leer speed now being 80. And lastly, the Seraphic Rod, having a 10 times mutation being blessed, is a chance of 30%. Next, let's check out some of the enchants that have been changed. Swift has given a 5% progression speed. Lucky has been given 15 leer and a 40% to be a mutation. Divine has a 45% luck as always, a 20% resilience, and a 20 leer. Next, we have Breezed, which now has a 10% faster leer, 20% progression speed, and only doing a windy day or night. Next, we have Storming, that has now a 45 leer and a 50% chance to have the fish being mutated with electric, only during the rainy day or night. Next, we have controlled being increased from a 0.05 to a 0.15. Resilient has stayed the same. Next is quality, being the most all-rounder enchant. It has now a 5% faster progression speed. Next, we have Unbreakable, which now adds 0.1 control to your rod. Herculean, which was previously a enchant relic, now it is a Exalted relic enchant. It gives you 25,000 kg, 0.2 control, and a plus 10 progression speed. Next, we have Long, which now adds a 20% resilience and a 5% progression speed. Next, we have Seeking, that instead of increasing your fisher size by 10, increases your fisher size by 35. Steady has remained the same. Bless now has a 5% for shiny or sparkling and a 5% progression speed boost. Next, we have Mutated, from a 7% to a 90% chance for the fish to have a mutation. Next, we have Ghastly, which is a guarantee, being 100% for the fish to be translucent and a 10% to duplicate the fish. Next, we have Noir, which is a 100% to be either albino or darkened, and it will increase the fish's weight or size by 10%. Abyssal didn't really change its enchant, but it does now state what it does over here, which now states caught fish have a 10% chance to be a abyssal and a chance to be larger or a low chance to be notably smaller. Next is Insight, which has now a 20 layer and a 30% chance to be purified, which is a mutation for about I think 1.5 times. Clever and Scrapper haven't been changed. Wormhole now has a 80% chance to be catching a fish from a random location. And there are 3 new enchants, which I will go through them now. First one being Flashlight, which states a small chance of majority boosted progression speed. It is stated in the wiki over here that it does have a 20% to give 90 progression speed, which is quite a lot, and a remaining 80% for 10% progression speed. Next is Chaotic, which is unleash pure chaos with every cast, slashes fish, and with an 8% chance to awaken the chaotic mutation. In the wiki, it is stated that it has a 8% chance to have the mutation chaotic, which is a 12 times sell value. I do not have the mutation, but this should be how it looks like. Black and with white neon. Next, we have Scavenger, which says that raised chances for utility catches. Utility being a 3 times higher chance to catch relics, nukes, treasure maps, and threads. And now we go on to the Exalted Enchants that has also been changed. So we have Immortal that now gives a 30% progression speed, Mystical that gives 25% luck, 45% resilience, 15 lure, and 10% progression speed. We have Sea Overlord, increasing your fish's size and weight by 50% instead of its original 25. Anomalous has its passive change from a 10% and duplicating a fish to a 20% and duplicating a fish, giving Anonymous, which is a 4.44 times multiply. Quantum hasn't been changed. Piercing now adds a 50% progression speed and the slashing ability. Invincible now adds infinite max kg on your rod and it allows you to fish in any body of water. Blast Song has not been changed. Well, I think that is most of the enchanting part of the update. I know this has been quite a long video. I will go through the egg hunt tomorrow, so I hope you guys stay tuned for that. Well, I think that's most of what I have to say. Well, I'll see you guys later. Bye.